While PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is great, there's one sort of player who will spoil it for everyone. That's the player who uses hacks, exploits, glitches, and generally cheats their way to success. We don't like them, and we bet you don't either. But today, we're gonna show you how some cheaters got their comeuppance. If this is your first time visiting us, then make sure you like this video, subscribe to TheGamer, and ring that bell to become a member of our notification squad so you never miss a video. Without further ado, here are some PUBG cheaters who got what they deserved. Who's the cheater? Back in the day, if you were playing a game with a special code which made things easier, you'd use it. But you know it didn't make you a better player. It was kind of like the skill was in knowing the cheat. Retro gamers will remember the so-called Konami code, which came in handy on a lot of games. You know the one. It went up, up, down, down, left, right, BA. If you had any pride though, you didn't use it in a two-player game. Today, people aren't just cheating. They're letting everyone know about it, and other people are letting everyone know about it too. Let's take a look about what one YouTuber called Guns did. He made a video with a classic twist. Watching it, you were never entirely sure whether he had hacked the game or whether he was just spectating someone who had. It was a bit odd. There was a weird, ambiguous tone to the commentary. It was like on one hand, he was showing you all the crazy hacks that the player Polaris Red did. For instance, he used one hack to grant himself some pretty accurate Free Fire skills. Then he teamed up with some people so they could get some extra weapons from him. The commentary reflected this. On the other hand, Guns was saying the guy had no shame. But he sounded less angry and more in awe of the user. There are some seriously mixed messages in this video. Also, Polaris Red had been able to use a cheat to discover where all the very best loot was in the battlefield. Oh, and he was able to use his normal everyday weapon kinda like a mortar too, by shooting it up in the sky and getting kills. So whether it was Guns using an alias, or just a genuine Chinese hacker breaking the rules, there was cheating going on. However, there was one satisfying thing that happened. Well, it was satisfying if you want to see someone who's a cheater get what's coming to them. Yeah, that's right, Polaris Red ended up getting killed anyway, despite using all of his unfair advantages, so this cheater didn't prosper. Stopped by the law. In the modern world of gaming, it's a sad fact that cheating is a thing. We wish it wasn't the case, but there will always be people who don't want to put the work in and try to gain an unfair advantage. However, we think it's one thing to work out how to hack the code and do it all yourself, and quite another to get a cheat made for you off the shelf. Seriously, at least homebrewed cheats take some effort. Regardless of how you do it, it's illegal in most jurisdictions. That's right, you won't just be facing a ban from the game's servers, you'll also be facing a criminal record. This is what happened to 141 PUBG users back in July of 2018. A group of hackers hadn't just found ways to improve their chances in the game. No, they also realized that people were willing to spend money on the cheats because they wanted the same unfair advantages when they played too. So these hackers sold their cheats to people online, which meant that there were more and more people who were winning when they probably shouldn't have been. As you can expect, this was causing a major problem for honest gamers. They were practicing and trying to find out what worked and what didn't, and then a whole load of people who hadn't put the work in came up and beat them. Something had to give. Fortunately, someone notified Chinese authorities about the situation and they were pretty swift to act. When 15 hackers who did pretty much the same thing were caught in April 2015, they had to pay fines totaling as much as $5.1 million. Hopefully, they made it clear that when it comes to PUBG, you shouldn't make cheats, you shouldn't use cheats, you shouldn't buy cheats, and you shouldn't sell cheats. Wait and see. When we talk about cheats, we aren't saying that all cheats are the same. There's a difference between going into the game's code and making a hack which alters the way it's played, and finding a flaw in the programming of the game which is already there and exploiting it. While out-and-out hacking is just plain bad, working out a glitch is oddly different. It's a bit of a gray area. It's like you aren't technically doing anything wrong because the fault is going to be in everyone else's game. So there's a level playing field in a sense. You can argue that finding the problem is a matter of skill. On the other hand, it can't feel very satisfying to win in this matter. For one PUBG player, things seemed pretty clear-cut. This user, who has the moniker of iStealGaming, found the glitch on the Xbox One and he shared it with everyone on YouTube. What iStealGaming found was that you had to get to a table in the battlefield. You then had to vault on it, pressing the X and A buttons at the same time. This would let you fall through the floor and be surrounded by water. Once you were there, all you had to do was to wait. Yep, it was that simple. It would end up leaving all your rivals killed off. It was pretty boring, but effective. Fortunately, the cheat iSteal Gaming found ended up getting patched by Bluehole, which meant games were theoretically more fair. Heck, iSteal Gaming himself said he'd been killed with it, so maybe we should thank him for making it better known so people wouldn't have to deal with it. Busted. If you play PUBG and you play it fairly, then you'll know just how frustrating it is to come across a cheater. They make the game a heck of a lot less fun, and if you're squatting it up with your buddies, then they'll be annoyed too, especially if and when they use a hack to wipe everyone out. There's a feeling, and it's one that we can definitely agree with, that hackers have been ruining the game and making it way less fun than it should be. Luckily though, it isn't just us who feel like that. No, countless gamers have been taking to Reddit, YouTube, Steam forums, and other parts of the internet to demand something be done about the people who make PUBG harder than it needs to be. Also, the game's creators, Bluehole, were able to do something about it. This was thanks to a software developer who created a program which we think helps gamers who want to play hard but play fair. Both the company and the software are called BattleEye, and they've been coming down tough on gamers who've been breaking the rules and hacking games since 2004. In the month of January in 2018, 1 million cheaters were identified and hit with the legendary ban hammer. The reason it works is that it's a proactive piece of programming which looks at the user's data and sees if it has any suspect software on its PC. Of course, it isn't perfect. There have been reported cases of people being banned wrongly. In these cases, they've been allowed back on the servers and given some in-game currency as part of the apology. However, overall, we think BattleEye is a good thing, and we think it's certainly had its successes. If nothing else, we reckon it will have discouraged people who were thinking of cheating from actually cheating. Caught out. Here's a true story for you. Once upon a time, there was a gamer called XSC456. This gamer, it seems, really loved to play PUBG on the PC. XSC456 wanted to get better at the game. Rather than doing the decent thing and playing the game for hours on end and practicing until their skills were honed, he took a shortcut. To put it very bluntly, he cheated. Yes, he went into the game's code and absolutely hacked away at it. What he was able to do then was find a way to shoot through walls, which meant it was an awful lot easier to rack up the kills. With this hack in place, they were able to take on all opponents. In one game, they shot through a wall at an opponent who had just finished patching themselves up after being attacked. Unfortunately for XSC456, they were playing against a couple of reporters from one of the biggest video gaming websites around. Yes, XSC456 stumbled across IGN at a time when they were recording their gameplay. More than 400,000 people have seen the video, which features a replay of the kill. Oh, and XSC456 was using a shotgun too, which shouldn't have even hit the IGN player from where he fired it. So this cheater wasn't just caught red-handed, he was publicly named and shamed in a way which leaves very little doubt as to how he plays. Aimbot identified. There are loads of different types of cheats and hacks unscrupulous gamers can use to give themselves an underhand advantage. However, one of the most annoying for people who have to play against them is the Aimbot. It's a hack which gets the program to aim your weapon for you. You see, it basically takes away the skill required to use a weapon accurately in your favorite shooting game. And if you're the only person in your game who has one, it makes it very easy for you and very difficult for the people you're playing against. This was certainly a problem for one player known as Unirock2. He's someone who likes to record every game of PUBG he plays on a capture card, and when he can, he uploads them on YouTube. A lot of the time, it's all good, clean fun. But in one case, what he had to share was a classic example of cheating and wrongdoing. Unirock2 was doing his thing in the Battle Royale when he was taken out with a headshot. Definitely a bummer, but something which everyone who's played PUBG has had happen to them at one point or another. However, when he took a look at the replay, he found himself shocked and outraged. You see, his killer, who went by the lovely name of I Hate You, didn't take him out in an honorable way. He used an aimbot. When you look at the footage, it becomes clear. He pulls out a SCAR and starts shooting even though he can't see where Unirock2 is with the sights of his weapon. However, it doesn't matter because the aimbot is pulling the aim over to one side out of view and letting him fire at will, doing what we guess he felt needed to be done. When he's going through the footage, Unirock2 raises a very valid question. How is this fun for I Hate You? It's like all the skill, challenge, and mystery has been taken out of the game's shooting mechanics, turning PUBG into a point-and-click adventure game for the hacker. We just don't get cheaters. And that's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. Have you ever caught someone else cheating at PUBG? What's the worst sort of cheat in the game? Let us know in the comments section below. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to The Gamer.